My mobile connector comes with a NEMA 1450 240 volt adapter, which in the last year or so is no longer included with new Tesla vehicles. It offers the fastest charging if you happen to have a NEMA 1450 outlet available. Here's what it looks like when you attach it to the mobile connector. This is the NEMA 515 adapter. This is what you get on new Tesla vehicles. This happens to be the most common outlet found in the United States. It connects to a 15 amp 120 volt outlet. Since only 80% of the outlet's max amp rating is allowed, the mobile connector uses up to 12 amps of the 15 amp outlet. This gets you anywhere from 3 to 4 miles added per hour when you charge. If you want something faster, you will need an adapter. A NEMA 520 is also a common outlet for commercial and business buildings. The difference visually is that the left prong, when facing the outlet, is horizontal, instead of vertical as on the NEMA 515 plug. Let's attach it to the mobile connector. It snaps into the opening. Sometimes you have to pull fairly hard to remove them. Now I will show you how it plugs in. Here is my exterior NEMA 520 outlet. The WR happens to mean weather resistant, by the way. The nice thing about the NEMA 520 is that they also allow NEMA 515 plugs to be attached. Just press it into the outlet. This exterior cover has an opening on the bottom, so it allows you to use this cable while the box is closed. Here is the Amazon webpage for this extension cord. It is a 12 gauge 50-foot cable that supports the NEMA 520 outlet. If you can find a cable that's 12 or 10 gauge, it will allow the car to charge without heating up. This cable only plugs into a NEMA 520 outlet, but you can connect NEMA 515 or 520 plugs into it. This is an extension cord that I purchased for long trips. Sometimes I need to charge the vehicle where there are no electric vehicle charging stations. Always get permission before using outlets. For example, I was on a trip to Florida this year, and the island that I was staying at did not have any charging stations, but the hotel had numerous NEMA 520 outlets in the parking garage. Sometimes they are not close enough to the car, and I needed to use this extension cord. It worked very well on the trip. For overnight charging while traveling, the extra 4 amps can make a big difference. Let me swap the mobile connector plug for the extension cord in this outlet. There should still be plenty of room to plug this in and be able to close the box. Just to test this, I will attach the mobile connector into the extension cord. The light on the mobile connector turns on and we're good to go. Now I'm going to plug it in. I'm walking out to the car, which is about 70 feet away from the outlet. I'll unravel the mobile connector cord and go down to the car and plug it in. While Tesla does not recommend charging using extension cords, there are some situations where it becomes necessary. Let's get inside the car and see how it's charging. Go to the charging screen. Since the car is at 50% and not charging, let's move the slider to 60%. It will take a few seconds until it begins. Now it starts charging at 12 amps, which was the previous setting used when it was on a 15 amp extension cord. I'm going to switch the display setting from kilowatt hours to miles to show you how fast it is charging. The display now changes to show that it is charging at 4 miles per hour. I'm going to move the amps up to 16 now. And as you can see, it is now charging at 6 miles per hour. For an example on an overnight stay charging for 12 hours, that can give you an additional 24 miles, well 72, instead of 48 miles, which could mean the difference of getting to the next supercharger. Here are some tips while traveling. Use an outlet tester to make sure the outlet is wired correctly. Here's one on Amazon. I'll use this outlet as an example. When you plug in the tester, the two right lights should be lit. They will indicate that the outlet is wired correctly. If not, there may be issues, and I would recommend finding a different outlet. Bring a NEMA 520 to 515 adapter. So if you have this cord on a trip, you can also use it with a NEMA 515 outlet. I'll give you an example of how it works with this regular NEMA 515 outlet. When charging, check for any heat in the plugs, either the plug in the wall or the plug on the mobile connector. If you use an extension cord with a decent 10 gauge or 12 gauge size, there should be no issues with overheating. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.